Hey everybody, John here, just kind of my newest movie review. This is a review of War of the Worlds, not the 2005 one starring Tom Cruise. This is the 1953 one, which most people alive at that time remember. So, this is, um, um, I'm going to be nitpicking a bit here. A few sins that just are sins, but the rest of them, I'm nitpicking here. But what I do like about this movie, uh, basically, in one sense, the first thing I like about this is uh, they actually use science language. Now, I know virtually nothing about science. I want to make that clear. But the problem is, they are using science language. They're talking about the atmosphere and other stuff like that, which is good for a movie back then. Uh, Another thing I like is the aliens are quite clever, I'd say. They said that since they're Martians, obviously, uh, they judged Earth is the closest to Mars, so that's logically where they're gonna make the attack. If you look at like an astrological map, you can see that Earth, Mars, and you got Jupiter on the other side there, but Jupiter is further away from Mars than Earth is from Mars, and also you got the asteroid field there as well, so it's difficult to get through even for aliens. Another thing, uh, one thing that this film does over 2005 version of For the Worlds is it actually shows the rest of the world fighting back, and it's not just America. Like in 2005, it stays with America the entire time and doesn't even mention the rest of the world. All it says is basically, I don't know, just like all of man's weapons and technology has failed. But in this film, they actually show. Can't remember who they showed, but I remember they showed us. They said that they said something about England fighting back greatly, which it's quite nice of American film to do that. Uh, I also like the irony in this film. Like in this film, during the opening bit, they go through all the planets in the solar system, with the exception of one. I'll get into that in a second. But they go through Mercury, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. But if you think logically, they've missed out two planets. One of them I'll get into in a second. But the irony is they've missed Pluto out, which at this point in time we don't count Pluto as a planet anymore. We count that as a dwarf planet. So I do like the irony. Back in 1953, they were sort of able to predict the future that we wouldn't count Pluto as a planet anymore. And basically, the final thing I like about this movie is, once again, with the 2005, they just say all of man's weaponry has failed, but in this film, they actually show us they try a nuclear bomb on the aliens. Obviously, it doesn't work, but it's good to see that they actually made the effort to show us, which is something that puts them one up on 2005. But here's the things that I don't really like about it. This is nitpicking, by the way. I want to make that quite clear. Right, so first of all, if this film is comparing itself to World War One and World War Two, then shouldn't they really be comparing World War One and World War Two? I mean, they should be calling this World War Three. I mean, if they're comparing it. And another thing I didn't like is, here's the thing I was going on to when I was talking about Pluto. Uh, Basically, it says the aliens judge all the planets in the solar system except for Venus, which is fine. But if they saw Mercury, which is, you have the Sun, then you got Mercury, then you got Venus, Earth, Mars, and so on. How did they see Mercury without seeing Venus? I'm not really sure how that works. So, I don't know. Logic, I guess. So, uh, basically, there's another line in this movie, and it says, I can't get close, it's too hot. So, is burning your eyes. Are you burning your eyes by looking at it? because that's not technically possible. At least I don't think it is. No, I don't think it is. Uh, and then another thing I like is just a bit of logic right now. I mean, you would have thought that the police or the army or I don't know the FBI, since this is America, would have thought some kind of security around the alien rock. I mean, this thing didn't also happen in 2005, but you would have thought that would have happened. And then another thing that I don't like is uh, that there's a scene where it's like this village dance, and then all the lights go out. But I swear to God, there's like a split second and a half between where the what's it called? Where the power goes off, and when everyone starts reacting, go like uh, and then this is a bit of irony, really. The people in the village straight after when all the lights go off, it's like they only get mildly scared when the lights, the phone, and the earpieces go out. But then when watches stop, well, that's when things get serious. Uh, Another thing is like uh, it's just like I don't know. There's several times in this film where the two main characters, I can't remember who they were played by, should have died, but they didn't. They didn't die, which like there's one scene where an alien shoots a beam where a house is destroyed that they were in, and they just barely managed to survive, which I don't count as being possible. So I would give this movie a 5 out of 10, which puts it just about equal with 2005, which I'll be reviewing next week. I'll probably do a bit of a comparison video after that, just like comparing the two. So, what do you think? Have you seen this? Have you seen this movie, and what do you think about it? So, yeah, see you next time.